Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Let us do it.
Yay.
Do
Alright,
it,
so
do-
we've just been wandered through a really interesting experience where we're like, these people knew us somehow?
Honestly, like, that's really stunning and startling, and especially if Nadia's only been here for 6 years, and if everybody really hated her, but now she remembers stuff, so I'm going, okay, so she remembers that people despised her for 6 years, being in Vesuvia, but also I'm like, that sounds like you were exactly like Lucio, if I had to guess. Like, people flinching and clamming up. It's like, yes.
So I was having the weird experience of going, okay, so your establishing shot of how your servants interact with you, because the only servant we've met is
Portia, yeah.
Is supposed to be, they never do this, but now they're doing this.
Yes.
And I'm going, they never are friendly, but now they are friendly. And
Except,
then going, maybe it's because of Corazon, but none of these people have ever met Corazon, because these aren't servants from the castle, these are people from out of town that have been brought here for this thing. So I'm going, again, these people who knew you before, you know, your experience.
Which sounds sort of wild.
And why would you hide that in a paid scene and then not go anywhere with it?
Well, and also the implications there are sort of wild.
Intense.
Actually, and a lot.
So,
Nadia pulls away with a sigh as Portia approaches.
Sad. Then, I suppose, we shall go meet them. Corazon?
As she approaches, not as Portia is talking.
No, but Portia did talk. Milady, your sister...
Milady, Milady
here.
Corazon, hello. It's nice to see you. What are you doing?
are busy, I see.
Being tall.
Both of you.
I'm apparently 2 feet tall compared to you.
Nope, I'm taller than Nazalinka, so I'm 2.5.
Okay, good. He gives me an apologetic look as we're swept off down the hall.
I mean, the two of you can't really be swept off down the hall by Portia. As we
Anybody.
sweep off down the hall, Corazon sweeps around occasionally.
Corazon sweeps themselves.
Yes, that's what I mean. They sweep around.
Aha! The room we enter is grandiose. High arches and polished floors I can see myself reflected in. One of Nadia's sisters stands in shock.
Nope.
Stands stock still, like a sentinel at the edge of the ballroom, dressed in pale yellow. The one character everyone was very horny for.
Oh.
The other, dressed in vibrant colors, walks arm in arm with Nazmira. Her free hand trails slowly along a marble relief with wonder. The carving seems to be depicting some sort of battle between animal-headed warriors.
Okay, so what I'm getting here is the ballroom is massive and huge, and they're just skirting around the outside edges of it because standing next to a wall and also touching things, and there's nothing in the middle. So you walk in, you see the huge-ass ballroom spreading before you. And then you have to, like, look off to the side to see these people crushed, you know, screwed up by the wall.
Where are they? Yeah, exactly. And then you go,
Or you see them. There they are, over there, next to a completely different entrance door, against the wall.
Uh-huh.
Oh, like, that's kind of hilarious. I don't remember who did Navra.
I don't remember Navra at all.
Navra. All right, well, what an interesting work. It seems every vicar has
Victor,
has the head of a goat.
Strange.
Ah, one can feel the smug aura the stone exudes. Nahara, come see.
She turns and calls out to the yellow-haired sentinel, who just smiles and nods in our direction. All eyes turn on us as we enter.
Which
Even
would have happened before
we wouldn't have seen that. So, Ryder, you're having some struggles here.
Hang on.
Portia has already spoken to us. Pulls away.
Here it is.
It's okay.
So we're walking down the hallway. The doors to the ballroom are open. Corazon has fabulous vision and can go, wow, even from over here, I know I'd be able to see my reflection there, and I can see them across the ballroom doing some shit. Somehow, before we enter, I can also hear them have this interaction way over there by the wall, because you wouldn't be able to see the wall inside the door, right? And then they've had this exchange of talking, and then I've walked in, and they've seen us walk in.
Uh-huh. So, honestly, in the way a la Star Trek, if you're gonna go, you know, we have magic, a lot of magic, and things can sort of solve our problems, I actually usually picture that Corazon actually wears glasses for a reason.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So, I find this always to be funny where everybody just assumes incredible, like, sightedness beyond 2020 even sometimes.
This is why one of my favorite roles in all role-playing games ever is perception. Going, Do you notice the floor is reflective if your, vision isn't that good?
Except the thing is most people don't think about that in terms of, like, can my character see? I've hit my funny...
I'm so sorry.
Hit my
My friend's elbow. Anyway, the other option is that the ballroom is really, really big.
Really short. It's really
Right.
small, actually.
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
your character is easily impressed.
No. The thing is, it's gigantic. And so we're still walking in for a really, really long time.
That'd be deeply funny.
I walk into a room while I walk into a room, so I can walk into a room.
I walk into a room. I have my purse, just held in front of me for the next 20 minutes. I'm trying to walk into
the room. Yeah, that's what. Okay. To approach.
And then all eyes turn on us as we enter. Nazmira lights up, pulling away from who must be Navra to approach. From who must be Navra? What?
Because basically,
Okay, the problem is you've already told us the name.
Yes.
The reason I'm fucking off with this is it should have been question mark, not a
Navra.
who must be Navra.
Yes.
I'm like, come on, home skillet.
You could do this. Oh, isn't it lovely? Nadia, look, now, who arrived earlier today? Hello. Dear sisters. Just deadpan.
I hate you.
I hope you were not waiting over long for me.
For me. Nahara looks up from her examination of the carving. She didn't fucking pay attention to the fact that her sister was trying to pull away from her.
And then that she sees...
And that she walked away from her.
They see us enter?
They said that
She
saw us?
side-eyes us entering, but continues with her face pointed at the car. He looks right back at it.
I don't care.
Or just the,
I do not see her.
Or basically, oh, there she is. Back to this, ooh, goat.
I don't care, goatees.
You know what they do? They're just so good. You know what? Maybe I'm just going to redo my entire home castle in proud goats.
Here we are.
It could be the thing.
Navra looks up from her examination of the carving, a bright smile spreading across her face. She approaches us and presses a kiss to either side of Nadia's cheek.
Nadia does not interact at all.
And then embraces her in a hug, because I hug you, I kiss you.
Nadia,
and then
I am here. I am unmoving. I am present.
I am a titan.
I will grab you and kiss you. I will stand for this. Literally, still, in the exact same position, without moving.
This is what I'm doing.
It's fine.
Thanks.
Hug.
Hug.
You cannot, your entire arc is I cannot understand that anyone actually likes me, period.
I'm also just like, the thing is I really, I don't understand it, where people just go, oh my god, I cannot believe that people would like me. And I'm like, it seems like your family has basically been like this for so long, but you've never been able to access it because you've been so basically potentially neurodivergent,
but
also like
entrenched in your own
self-obsessed.
experience.
Yeah, sort of like you have a sense of almost like narcissism or just self-preoccupation. Because also, especially if nobody around you encourages you to think outside of yourself, it can be hard. Like if you've never been taught to think about somebody other than yourself.
Well, one of the things that I read in psychology that I thought was really interesting is, who knows what the direction these children were given or gave each other, because it sounds like, the older sisters were raising Nadia, which suggests they may have raised each other as well. Mm-hmm. The older siblings, I will say.
As far as I understand, that is incredibly common with large families.
I was gonna say, and the thing is if that's what was going on, it would have been them deciding what they can and cannot do and how to direct and teach each other. And according to psychological, peer-reviewed, tested, duplicable research, if you punish someone, specifically, especially a child, they get more self-centered because they start thinking less about interaction with other people and more about what will happen to them.
Yes.
And so things like timeouts or spankings or taking away privileges or things like that make children more self-centered because they're focusing more about what will happen to me. Mm-hmm. Or what can I get?
It also makes
rewards and punishments.
Yeah, as far as I understand, it also makes a lot of people less inclined to share things. They're trying to they're paranoid, going, "What will happen to me?" Mm. And so it's not that's everyone going, "It's really effective." So I've had an argument with several people about this. I'm like, no. Whenever you were beat, did you ever learn the lesson? The lesson was to not get beat. The lesson was not, "Oh, I did this thing. It was bad." It was, you'll get beat. So how to avoid getting beaten?
Well, and the thing is, and that's basically the psychology that develops in people is, how do I not get the punishment?
Yeah.
And there's been lots of stories of kids going, and so when my parents punished me and they took away things I loved or they gave me timeouts or whatever, I figured out how not to get caught.
Yep.
And if your parent ever comes to you and goes, "Don't let me ever catch you doing that ever again," I never let them catch me ever again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's you're not doing it because you don't know it's bad. you're doing whatever you're doing because it's what you're motivated to do for the most part.
It's also because, as I've usually seen in a lot of cases, it is also the perception that this is an arbitrary punishment. You are punishing me just to control me for something that you don't like, which is frustrating.
I say there's often, as I've experienced, childcare and limited viewing of other people rearing their children kind of thing, is an experience of, the idea is to make you do what I want you to do, and not a lot of explaining or directing and stuff like that. It's like, in theory, you don't always have to explain everything right now, and you don't have time to, but if you have a balanced relationship with, your child, friend, person, whatever, whoever you're interacting with, not just a kid, and you go, hey, don't do that, then at some point, you're going to talk to them about why don't you do that and what happened.
Yeah.
If not, now. All right. Hello, Navra, Nahara.
It is good to see you again, sister.
I had forgotten your beauty. You were away so long.
I remember she was the one who was like,
everything is amazing. I'm just like, she's so interesting looking. I love the way she looks.
Honestly, again, as we've mentioned before, it seems curious to me that of all the siblings, all of them actually, they look far more realistic. Does that make sense in regards to the rest of the art style?
Like the shading and stuff, and the thought and care put into them. A lot of them look a bit more detailed. Everyone else looking a little less cartoony, if that makes sense.
And also because I think in regards to the body types, they look much more like people. Even Nadia very much is I have almost as this sort of separate entity. And it has this strong, and to me, it has this strong vibe of who did we design first? We designed Asar, we designed Julian, and we designed Nadia. So they all three look fairly similar in various ways.
And we got more complex.
And then we got more complex as we went along because we got more comfortable with what we were doing.
I can see some of that. But also just, Nadia's got your very classic sort of Disney princess build. The very, sort of Aurora, tapered, slim, sharp lines.
She is mostly shoulder. Which is totally fine. I
also
dated
just,
somebody who was very much shoulder.
The amount of support you must have in this outfit to get that experience is amazing. I am fascinated by, your under corset / scaffolding. I've been fascinated how Navara is I have tits for days, and they are supported. Yes.
Which is honestly really cool.
It is. I'm just I want to know about your fashion. It's a thing. Honestly, I remember Dolly Parton talking briefly on that and going it doesn't matter what size you've got. If you have the proper stylist, they will support you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that. All right. So long.
Navra pulls away with a wistful sigh, and then pauses, looking at Nadia fondly.
You never visit. Really? You must get away sometime and come to my workshop.
Nahara approaches, thumping Nadia warmly on the back. Punk! You have kept up your training, sister.
Of course I have. In any case, all of your skills we are now implying have come from your sisters, and you trying to keep up with your sisters and or match them at their own disciplines, which would actually give a different story of me going, I dismissed all of these things, and go, I'm actually not invested in these skills. I did them to either try and connect with my sisters, or to feel as though I wasn't being shamed and lesser than my sisters.
Or it was the only activities you were allowed to basically be with your family.
Oh, yeah, this is
I
all
wanted
we do
to be
together.
with you, but you kept basically going, I'm going to be doing my own things.
So the only way you can hang out with me is if I'm doing this thing, and you're doing this thing. And otherwise it's the don't touch that, or the, what I'm doing is sparring, and if you can't spar, you can't do it with me.
Right.
And so that sounds like Nadia trying, either them going, I will teach you what I know, and so that is the only thing you get to do with me, or I will work really hard to learn what you know, because that is the only thing I can do with you. And there's a level of single-mindedness to it, of Nadia going, I've never been myself ever once ever in my entire life. Princess song coming on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, in any case, Nahara,
Navra.
Thank you. My brain wants to, yes, Navra. I would like you to meet Corazon. They are my partner. Wait, what? And
Is this partner?
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, wait, what? And okay, but she pauses for you. They are my partner in the investigation. What investigation? If you haven't talked to your sisters for years and you've never read the letter that Portia wrote yet, do they know an investigation is going on? Did Portia
I don't
say,
think Portia would tell them, to be honest.
When they got here, I brought them in and I told them that you're doing an investigation about Lucio, and it's because I know that's the thing you'll talk about. I'm like, what?
In the investigation, I guess. I suppose. Nahara's golden gaze pierces through me as she gives me the once-over, and Navra circles me slowly, a hand to her chin as she appraises me. You're terrifying!
But like an object, going, I'm not going to say hello, I'm not going to offer a hand. Neither of them speak to you in any way. They don't say, corazon. One of them just sears you with a glare, basically. An assessing gaze, looks right through you. And the other one, oh, this is a new thing you own? Let me look it up and down and all around. Wow, look at that. That's what I'm getting. But like, because if she's supposed to be warm and friendly, that thing that happens in movies when someone just walks all around you, looking you up and down.
That's usually like...
It's usually very condescending.
I was going to say, it's a little predatory, too.
It's also a little predatory, so if she's very enthusiastic about it, it's sort of like looking at a new puppy.
Yeah, which is a little bit
and both
demeaning and dismissal.
Again,
dismissive.
Both of them are going, oh, a commoner!
Honestly, the only way I get away with it in this case is because Corazon looks very interesting.
Corazon does look very interesting.
Corazon always looks interesting. So, like, honestly, they'd be like,
whoa.
I'm too stunned to say hi. Navra, I will...
Whoa.
Wow.
You've got a lot going on there.
What is it?
How curious. You have a lovely feel to you.
I will be polite. Be polite. Navra, be polite. I am...
You're fascinating.
You're magnificent.
Just so interesting. Well, now that you're both done scrutinizing my choice in partners, I'm going to say it again because I'm insecure and because I don't want to say it directly and just say, by the way, we're dating. I'm dating this person. I mean, down here because they're taller.
Are we actually dating?
Are we dating?
Because we seem to have lost that.
We seem to have...
that thread, though it was suggested, which was, again, what was very interesting about this route when we started.
It was never finalized.
Petered off, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And I'm disappointed. Like...
Yep.
Anyway.
Partners.
Nadia claps her hands together. At once, the ballroom dims.
It's a clap on clap. It's a clap light.
She specifically employed magicians to create a clap on, clap off light.
So it's got a dimmer, but it's a clapping dimmer. And so you can dim, you can darken, and you can turn it off, and then turn it on. It's lovely.
The great dome above us begins to twinkle and glow, swirling like stars suspended in water.
Twinkle and glow and move?
Aye.
What if someone else claps?
Everybody in the hall.
Yay! Yay! The lights changing aggressively.
Everybody, somebody who's never diagnosed a seizure disorder unfortunately experiences a seizure. There.
Oh, God.
Me. That is not as special as you wanted to be. Lights dance across the floor playfully, casting us all in moving starlight. Unless it's just keyed to Nadia.
Yep.
Because it could be, hi, I have the magic
Nadia's
bracelet
specific
thing.
Hands.
Yes.
I want you to make a spell. Tie it to these hands.
Do it.
These
and
hands.
only will be in this area.
Yep.
But she also go, I can never clap. Which is fine, I don't clap.
I don't clap, it's undignified.
It's undignified.
It's undignified. I will snap for my servants.
Yeah, no. Get here, bitch. Everybody. This is why we don't like her.
It's fine. Alright. I did not ask you to meet me in the ballroom for pleasantries. As you all know, the masquerade is in 3 days. Sure. I assume you've been briefed, and the invitation gave a date, even way back when 3 months ago.
You know, when you're not conscious.
No, because remember, Portia sent the letters after she woke up and announced the ball.
Which was about a month ago.
About a month ago. Okay, so a month ago.
It's even less. Okay, you guys, I have to say, their mail service, excellent. Stellar. Amazing. Fantastic. Despite the fact that Vesuvia has been in fucking ruins and is a major port town. Yep. Anyway, I'm going to stop pushing the trade port thing because that just drives me insane.
Honestly, we don't know how big Vesuvia is, like how many miles it is, and we don't know how far away her siblings live. So maybe, even though none of them ever came to check on her in 3 years after she vanished, except for the one, maybe they're only like a 4-hour ride away.
4-hour ride away for what?
For a horse.
All right. So
Like, you just hop on a horse, or like a day trip, you know? It's just 4 hours out, 4 hours back kind of thing. But they just never see each other. Because, we're close enough. So it's that sort of thing of if the convenience is there, you never really go see them. Sort of like if you live in the same town with your parents.
It takes us 8 hours to go from our house to the palace.
And well, apparently that's because we get lost every time.
That's so stupid.
But also we walk slow. We're a noodle. We're not riding a horse to the palace. That would take 5 minutes, apparently. Because when we took the carriage the one time...
No, I know. If you take a carriage, it takes you like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
God.
It's fine.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, 3 days.
3 days!
In which time, yes, letters get to you very quickly. I don't know. I mean, it's not like you need to map out your fictional, kingdom in any, great detail. But I do often wonder, I'm going, okay, so... How long does it take to deliver mail from one place to another? Because that, again, once you're going to have time frames become relevant. Even if you don't say how big, you say, the fastest horse can get there in, 6 hours. And you go, okay, I assume the courier has the fastest horse. This is a royal letter.
All right. Well, and the thing is also, too...
Portia putting the royal seal on it, lying.
Yeah, pretty much. But the big thing, at least for me, is I'm like, I would hope at this point, either you don't put in times, or you do put them in and you be pretty exact about them.
Exactly. I prefer the no times at all, because otherwise it seems to give people difficulty.
Yeah.
It is customary for the Count and Countess to dance at the start of the ball.
For reasons.
Okay. But as you can see, the Count is quite dead. I invited you into the ballroom because I'm going to invite one of you to dance with me.
What is this conversation about?
Or I want you to watch me dance with my investigative partner. Why would you even do that ever?
What are we doing? This is the weirdest fucking...
Why do you need to tell them
Why
this at all?
do your siblings need to know?
Therefore, I would like Corazon to dance with me.
You sound deeply insecure.
Also,
I need to run everything by them, judge everything in reference... Don't ask!
Don't tell them.
You've also been doing your own
them.
shit for years, at least supposedly, or at least 6 years. And I don't know how much you do or don't remember.
3 years, because you were asleep.
No,
you weren't doing anything for the 3 years.
Fine. 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand.
I don't.
And also, again, as everybody's like, you're terrifying, you're scary, you're distant, you're this figure, you've been doing your own shit anyway. The second your sisters show up and you haven't even seen them, so they haven't necessarily physically, visually set you off, returned you to a younger state, so triggered you. If you feel that basically oppressed or hurt or whatever else set off by your sibling, why are you telling? This is completely useless. This is literally performative for the reader.
Weirdly,
this is stupid.
Also, why would you need them to be in the ballroom to tell them that? You could tell them over tea, you could tell them in the garden, you could tell them this anywhere.
And also the thing is, this sounds like a defense.
It's the
preemptively. You know how masquerades work. This masquerade, which is actually unique and is only done for Lucio's birthday, this is how this thing works. Them. We literally have no context. We've never been here before. Nadia, what the fuck are you you wouldn't need to... I'm fine.
I was like, maybe they know Vesuvian custom? And Vesuvia has... I wonder how long Vesuvia has had, again, a count and a countess. So it is customary for the count and the countess, not for Lucio and I. So, this is a custom before her and Lucio were the count and the countess.
Okay.
That's what that language sounds like to me.
But it's also, again, I'm explaining shit to you, and then I'm going to be defensive of my decision to... Why are you can make your own rules. You literally said in the very fucking beginning, and I went, holy shit, that's super scary for her to go, I am above the law, I am better than the law, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And people literally act and respond to you as if she can do whatever the fuck she wants. Let's make her scary. Holy shit.
Yep.
Or at least they seem to be trying to imply with her, because mostly all we've seen on screen is her being incredibly nice, incredibly friendly. She gets along really well with actually a lot of people.
And is confused that anyone ever thinks she is actually nice, friendly, or gets along well, and then she just gets stressed out and grumpy when it seems like anyone doesn't like her enough.
Yeah, I don't... What?
Or like someone else better than her.
I don't understand you, game. You have weird priorities.
Why would you walk in? Ah, yes, I'm glad you're here. Let me tell you that the ball that you've never been to before usually works this way, and I'm going to do it differently this time. In this one respect. Why would you... I don't understand.
Unless it's basically like a thing of going, other people have been here, and if they haven't died off, they will be greatly offended because so many people have fucking died due to... I'm fine.
Or if it's a sort of a thing of going, what if it's something else? What if it's posturing again? What if it's going, Corazon, my partner, in investigation, my partner, in doing this thing. I won't actually say it, and then going, But I'd like them to dance with me after directly contrasting them to the Count, so I'm telling you that we're an item, but indirectly. Again, I will not say this directly. And it's again that sort of thing of going, this is now the person I've attached myself to. But again, I'm saying it indirectly in, passive-aggressive code to my siblings. And also indirectly to you.
Also, again, it feels really performative for your reader, going, oh, we had to dance with Nadia at the ball! Like, that's the effect you're trying to call, like, because it's supposed to be a cute romance. It's supposed to be a fun thing. She's picking you. She's choosing you. Watch her do it in front of people.
I guess.
Oh my god!
Alright, dance with me.
Dance with me. There is a sort of mild confusion from Corazon in this case, of like, what?
Why are we telling this here?
What are we doing? I'm not like part of it is there, and also Corazon going like, my brain was thinking we were in a far, far other place, basically for what was very important. Have to do this thing. We're here to do stuff. We're doing a dance. It's going to be this thing.
Wait,
what? What? So there is some processing going on. Processing the words. A dance. With me?
This is the focus.
This is
the conversation with your sisters.
This is the big important thing. Nadia didn't mention this at all.
Nope.
Why have we dissolved into this particular segue? She turns her gaze on me, smiling indulgently.
Meaning, I'm giving you a gift, because indulgent is I'm indulging you.
Yes.
I'm giving you a present.
Yeah, so it's a little patronizing if you're not...
It feels like it. If Astra taught us how to ride a horse, you'd better bet he taught us how to dance if there's an annual ball every year of our lives.
Except there hasn't been one for 3 years.
No, but of his life, of Vesuvians' lives, of the Vesuviites.
The question is, how often has he even gone? I don't know, we'll find out in his round.
It's okay. Do you know how to dance, Corazon?
I know how, or I don't know how.
God, I feel, again, if he took the time to specifically rent an animal, a riding animal, that is rarely used, and you've only ever did it that one time, that's him going through a checklist of what are all the things I should expose you to in your entire life. You've been taught how to dance.
It's really important.
And also, if you pick it up with one encounter ever from him doing things, again, your character is a brilliant sponge of knowledge and skills, then you would know how in my mind. What about you? Corazon, do you know how to dance?
I don't know entirely if this is completely necessary. Like, I do get the thing of going, of course I know how to dance, but there's also a thing of going, why are we having this conversation?
Why are you asking me right now, also in front of your sisters, who have basically, neither of them has said, oh, good to meet you. Hello, Corazon. There's no introductions. You're an object.
Yeah.
The MC is an object and a set piece, and all three of them are treating them as an object. The two other sisters are like, I have appraised you in my various way, and then not spoken to you at all. Only spoken to my sister in a reference to you. And then her going, this is my experience with this person.
Check out my object.
And then looking at you going, you do this thing, like, let me indulge you, let me give you things. See, my object that is mine, I also take good care of them. I involve them with me. Like, this is so... weird.
It feels strangely dismissive.
Also, I doubt Corazon would want to show weakness in front of, like, even if they didn't know how to, like, I don't think they would lie. But again, I think it would make sense they know how to dance. And you don't go, I don't know how, in front of guests.
Yes.
Anyway, that's just my thoughts.
I know how.
All right.
This is not fun. I know how to dance.
Oh. I didn't expect that of you. Excellent.
So the big thing also that kills me is my friend actually, my friend actually pointing out that your main character is an object. That actually happens rather frequently, at least based on Julian's route. Now we've got 2 points of data. Again, that your MC is largely just there as a set piece. They're there to facilitate conversation with everyone else, because the thing is if your character has too much of an opinion or actually asks normal fucking rational questions, even if it's why is this thing happening, or even a thought that they have in their head just out loud.
Again, they're
your
quiet,
character
stoic, or shy. In this case, they seem to be painted as very shy. I say, but I just get the experience constantly that all they are is a pair of eyeballs for you to basically be able to see the conversations between other interesting characters, and that like you're just walking around as this floating set of eyeballs.
It's fine.
And ears.
It's fine. I'm just like, it really is. It's just a prompt filler.
Well,
You're literally paying for a prompt filler.
And if that's not the case, and they're really meant to be a character, and you're really meant to be in these scenes, it says a lot of unusual things, again, about Nadia's sisters, that neither of them will speak to you or interact with you, other than to look at you, appraise you, kind of thing, and then talk to Nadia. You're not a person to them, which suggests, and maybe that's supposed to support her level of privilege, perhaps, of going, she was profoundly, disconnected.
We only talk to the wealthy.
The commoners, and they're even much more so, because she has somehow connected herself to the poverty and struggle of the people around her, and is going, I want to interact with that even if I'm not skilled at it.
Right.
And I'm going to try and talk to a commoner. How do you buy a bread, good sir?
Hi.
And he's like, you buy a bread?
You put a bread on.
Okay. That will certainly make this easier. It is easier. There we go. What? Okay.
Alright. Just click it. Just tap it.
Just click it.
You can't do it.
There is a specific dance you and I shall perform for all of Vesuvia. So when I ask you if you know how to dance, it doesn't actually matter, because I need to know if you know how to dance this dance. But that's okay, because if you have some basic dance knowledge, maybe you'll be better at learning it. But in the meantime...
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will deal with the dancing in the next one. Hey. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you are having a good time with us. It really actually helps us out. We really appreciate any engagement you guys offer us.
Yes.
We would like to be saved by the algorithm, from the algorithm. Woo. Holy shit. Oh my god. But also please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. We also stream on Twitch. Feel free to check us out there. Yes. And I have been Skanda.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye.